Welcome to a brand new season of the Asia Cup Series. This FIA designated international series is a great first step for young drivers making the transition from karting to single-seater racing. Welcome to the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia for a brand new season of the Asia Cup Series. This year, 6 drivers from all around the world will take to the starting grid to be crowned this year's Asia Cup Series champion. With me is alumni driver Daniel Woodruff. Hello, Dan.
Hi, Sanjeev. I'm really looking forward to watching the action unfold this season. Having won 5 races here last year, I'm looking to share my experience with the fellow Asia Cup drivers and helping them improve as the race weekend progresses.
Fantastic. Well, let's go meet the drivers who'll take to the starting grid.
Hi, my name's Jordan Love. I'm 16 years of age. I'm from Perth, Western Australia.
My name is Nazim Osman and I'm from Malaysia.
Hi, my name is Adam Khalid from Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia.
I'm Luke Thompson. I'm 17 and I'm from Ireland.
My name is Andrew Kim and I'm 24 years old and I'm from South Korea.
My racing experience, I've been karting for 3 years.
I start to karting year 2012.
I got into motorsports from my dad. He used to drive cars at Sepang. So I started driving go-karts from Micromax. I started racing juniors. I wanted to move up another step. So I decided to race Formula Asia Cup.
I don't really have any racing background.
Obviously, I had one Super 6 at the end of last year, which was a really big learning curve for myself coming straight from go-karts.
Hey, my name is Lyubov Andreeva. I am from Kazakhstan.
Hello, I'm Adam Michael. I'm from Malaysia.
My name is Jeremy Wahome from Kenya.
My name is Daniel Storkerson and I come from Norway. Basically, my first year of racing, I straight away go and race in Europe. I do the full season for WSK, the European Championship, and also the World Championship. Now I'm just getting ready with the Formula BMW for the Formula 4 next year.
I have been racing in Russia and Kazakhstan and have won 4 championships in karting.
I started karting in Kenya back in 2008 when I was 8 years old in the 60cc category. Then I moved up to junior Rotax.
For the last 3 years, I've been racing go-kart in Malaysia, but this is my first year in a single-seater car.
My aim for the Asia Cup Series this year is to finish in top 3.
To win this championship, of course.
It's just to be consistent, and that includes finishing the race in the end. I think that's really important.
Obviously, I'm here to win it. I want to be on the podium every race meeting.
Going on the podium.
Of course, just to be in the podium.
Of course, to improve and start beating the others.
Hopefully to get podium or better than that, get a win.
Hopefully I can be in the top 5. I'll be really happy.
It's wonderful to see drivers from all around the world fly in for this series. But Peter, I understand that this is going to be the last year of the Asia Cup Series.
Yes, it's the last year. We have a new FIA championship coming next year, but the focus is still on Asia Cup. It's been a fantastic success over the last 3 seasons. We have 52 drivers from 18 nationalities, and right now we have a grid of 13, 14 drivers taking part in the first event. And this year we're making a big announcement where last year's champion, Jake Parsons, who's already winning races in Formula Masters, will get a GP2 drive. It's been a huge success, a huge learning curve, but now we can start expanding Formula Motorsport in Asia, which is our goal.
The first hurdle of the weekend was qualifying. And after an intense session, Australian Jordan Love went fastest to claim pole position.
For the first race of the Asia Cup Series 2015, obviously the goal was to lead from start to finish, but bogged down a bit on the start and Jeremy got me into the first corner.
When the lights went off, I really got a good start and managed to pass Jordan off the line. Then I was into the lead by the time I got into turn 1. I tried to hold on, but he was a bit too fast coming turn 4.
I couldn't get past him through 1 and 2, so I sort of had to wait till 4 and managed to get up the inside, and yeah, that was good.
We went into turn 4 almost side by side, but unfortunately my exit was compromised a bit from that, so Andrew managed to get past me at 5.
I started racing in 3rd position and I saw the Jordan overtook the Jeremy, and at the high speed there was oil on the outside, so I went into the inside. So he was on the oil, so I could overtake on the high speed. It was quite risky, but it was quite fun.
So I was pushing a bit for the first 3-4 laps to just pull away from there, and so pretty much a perfect race from there, which is good. Towards the end, I thought maybe slow it down a little bit, save the tyres for the next 4 races.
In the very last lap, I saw one car behind, far away. So I thought it was okay to go outside for the last corner, but Jeremy was right behind me, so I didn't know. So
I tried to stay in his slipstream, so I moved a bit to the outside. Then he covered the inside, and in the last moment I dived to the inside, and I managed to hold on the brakes without making any mistakes and beat him to the line.
Coming across the finish line to win the first race of the Asia Cup Series 2015, it's always a great feeling to come out on top, and hopefully there's more to come.
It's my first podium in Asia Cup in Formula Series, so I'm really excited about that. The car was great. I'd like to thank everyone that's helped me. Thank God for giving me the privilege to be on the podium today.
I'm happy with it on the podium because it's my first podium on the Formula car. So, but a little bit sad about being third.
Australian Jordan Love converted his pole position to secure his first win in the 2015 Asia Cup Series. Finishing second was Kenyan Jeremy Wahome, ahead of South Korea's Andrew Kim. Lubov Andreeva finished just outside the podium in P4, with Malaysian Adam Khalid in P5. It's time for a break. When we come back, more race highlights from the Asia Cup Series. Welcome back to the Asia Cup Series. The 2015 season is firing on all cylinders, especially for Jordan Love, who won the first of 5 races this weekend.
The starting positions for race 2 are determined by the fastest laps in race 1. This means we have Jordan Love starting on pole, and in second place next to him, Kenyan Jeremy Wahome.
We can expect another tight battle. Let's see who makes it through the first sequence of corners when the lights go off.
As the lights went out for race 2 of the Asia Cup Series, really I was just thinking not make the same mistake as the first race, and the goal was to beat Jeremy into the turns 1 and 2, and I managed to do that, so that was good.
In the previous race, I managed to get Jordan off the line, so fortunately Jordan got an equally good start as I did, so I immediately slotted in behind him. After the first few laps, I was really keeping up with him. I told myself, you can do this, why not have a go? So I caught up to the back of Jordan. I got a really good exit out of turn 15, and I had a run on him going onto the first corner and managed to pass him going down to turn 1.
Well, when he got past me, really, I was straight away thinking, how am I going to get back past him? And then he just sort of did it for me, really.
I was comfortable going into turn 4, then unfortunately, I think I got too excited and I spun the car on the exit. It's a really sinking feeling, seeing the car going round. It's a bit mad at myself.
Lucky for me, but Jeremy spun, and so I just avoid the Jeremy, and I could do the second. I tried to overtake the Jordan as well, but I made a few mistakes in several corners and getting far, so I just managed to finish in second.
It was a group of, I think, 5 cars, so I caught them within 1 lap, and I think each lap I managed to pass 1 driver. Adam in the end made it a bit tough for me, but I knew he'd defend into going to the last corner, so I got him at turn 14.
Coming across the finish line, it's always a great feeling to win a race, and we managed to do that for the second race of the Asia Cup Series.
Last race I did third, and this is the second race I did second, and I'm planning to win the third race.
I feel like I gained more than I lost today, even though I lost the lead. So I'm not taking anything for granted, and I still thank God for this result.
Once again, Jordan Love took top honours in race 2. In second place was Andrew Kim, with Jeremy Wahome making a spirited comeback to finish third. Fourth went to Malaysian Adam Haikal, with compatriot Nazim Azman in 5th.
This is my old Asia Cup race car. It has a 1.2-litre BMW motorcycle engine that produces 140 brake horsepower. The speed can take some time to get used to. Let's see how the Asia Cup drivers compare this driving experience to that of go-karts.
The big difference between go-karts and cars is you need more strength to control the car and to be patient with the car, because you can't just throw it around the corner like you can in a kart.
Basically that it was more physical than the go-kart.
The power is just much more powerful than go-karts.
Basic driving style is pretty much the same. It's just really the big picture that you need to get your head around.
It's bigger, it's faster, of course.
10 times faster.
Yeah, basically it's just a lot faster than go-kart.
Handling of the car is very different.
Manual gear shift and clutch and everything, so it's really different.
You get a race on an F1 track.
For the GT, we are braking really hard, harder than this one. This car, I can do the full throttle on the high speed, and it's more fun, and I feel more G-force on it.
It's a bit more challenging.
Back to the action, and once again it was Jordan and Jeremy who locked off the front row. But this time, it was the Kenyan who started on pole.
There's a little bit more pressure this time, starting from second position. So obviously the focus was obviously to get a good start and not let Jeremy pull away. And I did that, managed to do that, got a great start. And into turn one, he sort of had me, and then he just couldn't pull it up. So I managed to get up the inside in turn one, and then hold him off for turn two, and then for the rest of the race, which was good.
Race 3, I started the P3. I think I overtook by 2 cars, so I was 5th in the first corner.
For race 3, I started in 5th position, and I had really good start. I straight away went into 3rd position, but then Jeremy got me back on the 2nd corner.
I was keep thinking of that I need to overtake one car, each.
After I pulled away from Jeremy, no, there wasn't much time when I was worried, but I was still pushing, seeing what the car could do, seeing what I could do.
Finally, I saw the Jeremy in front of me, and I know his lap time is quite similar with me, so I was like focusing really hard. But I overtook him in the turn 11. I became the second, and I tried to manage my position.
I think on lap 5 or lap 6, Jeremy spun in turn 4. So I almost crashed on him, but I managed to move aside and carry on. So I got up to 3rd place.
Yeah, coming across the line for the 3rd time, 3rd victory from 3 races, it's a great feeling, and hopefully we can continue the progress on tomorrow for race 4 and 5.
I'm happy to finish in 2nd.
I was really happy to cross the line in 3rd position. It's my first podium, and it's my first weekend as well to race in Formula cars. When I pulled up to the podium parking, my mom and dad was there, and my uncle was there as well, my manager was there as well. I make them really proud. I just can't describe it. I think it's the best way to end the day for me.
Jordan Love made it 3-4-3 ahead of Andrew Kim from South Korea. The Malaysians had something to cheer for when Adam Haikal made his podium debut with a strong 3rd place finish. Finishing just outside the podium, in 4th was Kazakhstan youngster and the only female driver in the Asia Cup Series, Lubov Andreeva. After 3 races in the 2015 Asia Cup Series, Australia's Jordan Love has a healthy lead in the championship with 62 points, 20 ahead of closest rival Andrew Kim. 3rd is Kenyan Jeremy Wahome, with Malaysian Adam Haikal in 4th with 26 points. Well, it's time for a break here on the Asia Cup, but before we do, let's check in with Adam's dad. How proud are you of your son's podium position?
Yeah, quite a remarkable experience, because first of all, it's his first race. It's quite a newbie in this Formula Asia, so I didn't expect him to basically finish on the podium. Very proud of him. There's quite numbers of drivers very competitive in this series. I hope he do well in this season.
I feel that Sepang is a very challenging circuit because
Really long track, 5.5 Ks, 17 corners.
It's really good track.
most of the corners are like really high-speed corners.
The most challenging corners in Sepang for me is turn 5 and 6.
5th and 6th corner also, like at the back there are 2 high-speed corners, and it is more challenging for me.
5 and 6, 7 and 8, and turns 12, where you have to be really brave.
It's really challenging on your body to hold the steering wheel and also on your neck, so you have to be on your top strength.
The track is really wide, so you can gain time by maximizing on all the track's width and using all of the tracks, so you can really gain a lot of time there.
One of the big challenges here at Sepang is obviously the weather.
So hot, it's so hard to breathe in the helmet.
The heat just really gets to you out there, especially with all the race suit and underproofs you're wearing.
it's really, really hot, especially when you are inside the cockpit. The heat from the engine just makes it more hotter.
You have to control your breathing really well under some corners.
This car is an open face. It's cool enough.
It's basically like driving in a sauna.
Well, it's been really cool to could say that I've been driving at a Formula 1 circuit.
Welcome back. 3 races down and just 2 more to go in this weekend's Asia Cup Series action.
So far, Jordan Love and Jeremy Wahome are the only 2 drivers to have locked out the front row in yesterday's races.
Now the both of them start race 4 from the front row with Jordan Love on pole. Can he continue his win streak? We're about to find out.
This was the 4th time Jordan and I started on the front row together, and I really wanted to get a good start and get ahead of him.
Got a great start, managed to get Jeremy at the start and led the race from there and all the way to the finish. So yeah, it was a great race.
I didn't really manage to do that, but at least I managed to hold my 2nd place off the line.
I started in the 7th grade. During the start, I jumped to 5th place. And then after the 2nd lap, I overtook Khalid Adam, and then I went to 4th.
Once I was in 2nd place, I tried to hunt Jordan down. I had a bit of a gap behind me. It was me and Jordan up front for a short while, but after a few laps, he started to get a gap over me.
It's definitely the longest race of the weekend. 10 laps doesn't sound that long, but up here in the hot weather, and it's a long track, it's 5.5 k's long, so it's quite a long race.
I think Lubov was behind me for most of the race. There was a bit of pressure from behind, but managed to keep calm, make no mistakes like I did a lot of times yesterday, and managed to hold my 2nd place to the end.
Andrew overtook me, so I went back to 5th place, but then I just stayed with them for basically most of the race. And as entering the last corner, Andrew was on the inside, Lyubov is in the middle of the track defending from both of us, and I was really on the outside. But then Andrew dived in, he clipped into Lyubov, they had contact, I guess.
I was 3rd during the race, and the last corner Andrew came, just trying to brake by me and go into the corner, and it's not good.
So I took them from the inside and just took the 3rd position in the checkered flag.
I feel really sorry to her because it was her first podium this weekend, so I feel like I ruined her podium, but it's racing.
Coming across the finish line to win 4 from 4, it's a great feeling. The feeling's still there, it still feels great, and hopefully there's more to come.
I'm glad to be back on the podium, as I don't take anything for granted. As yesterday, I spun twice, throwing away a potential win and a podium finish, so I'm really happy to be back on the podium.
I feel really proud of myself. I make my parents proud, and also the most important thing, I make my nation proud.
Once again, Jordan Love claimed the top step of the podium with his 4th race win in a row. Finishing 2nd was Jeremy Wahome. Malaysian Adam Haikal capitalized on a last lap racing incident to snatch 3rd place, as Andreeva had to settle for 4th.
One of the most important features of the Asia Cup Series are the post-session debriefs. Our drivers work very closely with our world-class engineers who have decades worth of experiences in world-class championships like DTM and GP2. They work very closely with our drivers to look at telemetry and GoPro footage to see exactly where the drivers need to improve on the Sepang International Circuit. One of the main differences that Asia Cup has over championships around the world is that all of the data is transparent. Whoever is fastest in that session can have their data overlaid against all the other drivers. That means all the drivers can see exactly where they need to improve and to make sure that they're better the next time they hit the track.
They're really good because they are really specific and they know what they are doing. The only way that I can improve my driving and also how I drive in races is only by looking on the data with the engineer and working bit by bit.
Well, the data session helps me by, basically realizing where I went wrong, how much time I was losing against the fastest driver, and how I can improve, how I can get faster with everything. Now that I have the right tools and everything, I can be more confident in my driving and, just apply it to the next race.
Back on track, the final race of the weekend saw Jordan Love on pole once again.
When the lights got off, I managed to get a great start, lead into turn 1 and then pull away for the rest of the race, which is what I aim to do, and managed to punch out some good lap times, which is really good.
I started racing at position 11 because of the penalty from race 4. when the lights off, I overtook, I think, two or three cars.
I started the race in my best position ever, P3. And in the first corner, when we started the race, I had a decent start, it wasn't bad. Into the first corner, Adam was side by side, so I just braked really, really, really late, and I forced my way through him, and I was just up to second after, at that point.
For the 8 laps, really, I was just focusing on the things that I'd been told I can improve on and try and improve my lap times, and that's what I did.
Running in second place, I was just thinking of just catching Jordan and just not think about what's behind me. But then towards I think lap 2, everyone's behind me, so I had to think like, what about just maintain second place and just defend? So after that point, I just defended for my life for 8 laps straight. No one went past me. Like Andrew called me like a brick wall.
In lap 6, I was already in third place, and I saw one car in front of me, and I didn't know that it was Nazim. Before the first corner, we were second to first, we were side by side, but I was a little bit faster on the throttle, so I could overtake him before the turn 4. So that's why I became the second.
I was third, and with 2 laps to go, Adam Haikal, Adam Khalid, and Lubov were putting so much pressure on me. I just defended for my life. Like, I just didn't care about anything. I just wanted to get on the podium. So I'll do anything. I just braked so late. 15 corners for the last 2 laps. It was crazy.
Yeah, to come across the line with 5 wins out of 5 races, it's a great feeling, and
I just felt so relieved and so happy that I achieved what I really wanted to do since the start of this weekend, and it was to get on the podium, and I did.
I'm really happy to finish in second because I started at 11th, and it was a really great race and great experience for me.
I'm sure I'll never forget it, and hopefully we can continue the wins on until the next round.
Jordan Love made a clean sweep of the first round of the Asia Cup Series, capping off a perfect weekend, taking his 5th win in a row. Andrew Kim fought through the pack to finish in second. Meanwhile, the youngest driver on the grid, Nazim Azman, capped off the weekend in style with a podium finish. So after 5 races, Australia's Jordan Love has a commanding lead in the 2015 Asia Cup Series Championship.
After 5 race wins here at the Asia Cup Series, we're winning the championship at the moment, and we're looking forward to the next round. And obviously the aim now is just to win it, and I'll do everything I can to make sure of that. But I'm sure there's plenty of competition to come. It's very early in the championship, and hopefully we can continue the progress on.
We thought we couldn't do better than we've done over the last 2 seasons, but we have pulled off a great event with great drivers, great competition. Jordan did a fantastic job. Winning 5 races in a row just shows his talent. This is his 3rd event with us. He did Super 6 last year, did Super 6 in June, and but this time managed to pull off winning straight 5 in a row. The highlight of the weekend was Nazim Azman. 3rd place finish in today's race, beyond a podium, the youngest ever podium finisher. It was fantastic. The second event in November is going to be bigger and better. We have 4 more drivers in the grid. Georgia's got a lot more competition, but it's going to be a fantastic weekend.
Well, that wraps up the first race weekend of the 2015 Asia Cup Series.
And I'm sure there'll be plenty more action here at Sepang at the next round in November.
And we will be right here to bring you all the action. For now, from the Sepang International Circuit, it's bye for now, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the 2015 Asia Cup Series.